During the Buddha's time, while he was residing at the Chetavana temple, there was a certain Bhikkhu who was very disobedient and hard to teach. This Bhikkhu came from comfort and luxury and was used to getting his way. He was often unreceptive to instruction from masters, teachers, and fellow bhikkhus.
In situations like this, you should know to advance. In situations like this, you should know to retreat. If you feel greed for an item, avert your eyes and do not look at it. If you feel aversion to something, look at it and contemplate it. Eat moderately. Wear your robes in the proper way. Do not walk loudly. Do not tear at your food with your teeth. Do not chew loudly. Do not stare at women.
Yet every time he received instruction, constructive criticism, and/or advice, this Bhikkhu would say, "I do not sit around finding fault with your actions. Why do you find fault with mine? I leave you guys alone and let you do whatever you want. So please leave me alone to do whatever I want. Don't treat me this way. Don't talk to me like that. You don't talk to other people like this. None of you understand me. I know what I'm doing." This went on for some time. The Bhikkhus were discussing the disobedient monk in the Hall of Truth. When the Buddha joined them, he asked them what they were discussing. The Buddha then summoned the disobedient monk. After he arrived, the Buddha asked, "Bhikkhu, is it true what they say? Are you disobedient?"
Yes, my lord.
"Bhikkhu, why is it that after having the opportunity to ordain in a doctrine that leads to salvation from suffering, you do not listen to the voice of well-wishers? In the past, when you were disobedient, you disregarded the counsel of the wise and good. Because of that, you died by a javelin." Upon the request of the Bhikkhus, the Buddha told this story of the past. A long time ago, when Brahmadatta was reigning in Benares, the Bodhisattva was born into a family of acrobats. When he grew up, he was very wise and highly skilled. He learned the javelin dance from another acrobat and eventually found a master. He traveled with his master and exhibited his skill. His master was also highly skilled and could do the 4 javelin dance. However, he did not know how to do the 5 javelin dance. One day, the master was performing in a certain village. In between performances, he began drinking liquor. After he lost his mindfulness, he began bragging.
Hey, all of you, do you know who I am? Do you know what I can do? I am the master of the 4 javelin dance. It is easy for me. In fact, I bet I could do the 5 javelin dance just as easily. It is easy to boast, but it is harder to prove. Who said that? I'll show you. Set up 5 javelins, and we'll see who's boasting.
Master, you can't control all 5 javelins. You have never done it before. Have one taken away, and just dance with 4 as you usually do. If you try the 5 javelins, you will likely die by the 5th javelin.
So you doubt me too? You don't know what I can or can't do. I'll show you and all the other doubters.
The master then climbed up and danced on the 1st javelin, and then the 2nd, then the 3rd, and then the 4th. When he got to the 5th javelin, he stumbled, fell, and was impaled just like his student had warned. The master lay there groaning with the javelin through his chest. Master, this only happened because you disregarded the counsel of the wise and good. You wouldn't even listen to people who care about you and wish you well. Goodbye, Master. May your next lives be better than this one. And so his master passed away.
Don't look! This fool died due to his own boasting. Oh no. How sad. Another needless death. Son, this is why we should stay away from liquor. It turns a sane man into a fool. Overconfidence is truly a dangerous foe. The student then lifted his master off the javelin and prepared a funeral for his master. The Buddha then concluded the Jataka by saying, "In those days, the foolish master was this disobedient Bhikkhu. As for the student, it was I. In the past, a long time ago, you also disobeyed the voice of the wise and were blown into atoms by the Viramba wind. A long time ago, the Bodhisattva was born as a young vulture on Vulture Mountain. Over time, his offspring Supata became the king of the vultures. Supata was a very large and powerful vulture. He took good care of his parents and fed them every day. However, he was also very temperamental and lusty. He had a large following of many thousands of vultures. He was very confident in his strength and would commonly fly great distances. My son, you are very strong and powerful. However, you must know your limits. There are certain points beyond which you should not fly. You need to know these limits and abide by them. Very well, Father. One day it rained while Supata was flying with the other vultures. The vultures had not eaten yet and felt weak and struggled in the rain. My king, what should we do? Should we turn back? We are hungry, but we can't fly through this rain. You all turn back for now, and I will fly above the rain clouds and search for food. My son, remember my warning. Do not attempt to fly too high or too far. There are dangerous things we've never encountered before, especially when we are all hungry and weak. Is not the time to push ourselves. Father, I know my strength and I know my limits. I will make my own decisions. And with that, Supata flew up above and past the rain clouds. He used up a lot of energy and was injured. When he passed the rain clouds,
he found himself in another storm, known as the Weramba winds. He did not have the energy to fight or escape, and was utterly pulverized into atoms by the monstrous Weramba wind. Bhikkhus, do not be like this vulture, but listen to the warnings of your well-wishers. After listening to the Buddha's teachings, the disobedient monk repented his ways, released his attachments to his old habits and thoughts, and became obedient and receptive to learning. He was afraid to live another life that ended like those in the past, which ended foolishly with his death. The Buddha then concluded the Jataka by saying, "In those days, the disobedient vulture Supata was this disobedient Bhikkhu. As for the father, it was I." What did you learn from this story? Let us know in the comments. We hope you enjoyed the video. Click like if you did, and click subscribe if you want to see our uploads. And consider making a donation to support our Buddhist animation project.